Ranking the top 5 most important Cubs games from the 2026 first half. We pulled out the iPad. We actually did research. We went through every single game in granular levels of detail. And we came up with 5. Let's get into it. And yes, that is my dog Bogey. Everyone say hi. Quick honorable mention to this June 4th game against the A's. They allowed a home run to go down 6-1 in the top of the 7th with no out. We're down 6-3 entering the bottom of the 9th and scored 4 runs on 7 hits, capped off by a PCA walk-off. This let me know for real that this team was fighting. This team wasn't giving up, and this team, while they were in a losing streak, was going to get something going. Coming in at number 5, my 5th most important game of the first half, we have this game from April 14th, a 10-4 win over the Phillies. This game set the tone for what was to come as far as the rest of the year goes and was really important for a couple of reasons. Number 1, it solidified a series win in the first series of what many considered their hardest stretch of the first half. And number 2, as you may remember, this was the first game of their first 10-game win streak. The night before, they lost 13-7 to the Phillies to get to 7-9 on the season. They won the next 10 straight, 17-9, first place. Coming in at number 4, we have the May 5th game at home against the Reds. I was at this game. Things were not going our way. We did not score a single run, even really have a hit through the first 6 innings of the game. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I flipped the cap inside out, and what do you know? We score a run in the 7th. Michael Busch hits a dong in the 8th to tie it up. And as far as what happened next, well, I'll just let you watch. That was a fun one. It was their 2nd straight walk-off win, 7th straight overall win, and 13th straight home win. As if that wasn't crazy enough, the very next night, Michael Busch walked it off again by drawing a bases-loaded walk. But before that, in the 9th, PCA tied the game with an insanely clutch 2-run homer. That was their 3rd straight walk-off, their 8th straight win, and their 14th straight home win. They also won the next day for the sweep, and that was the extent of the home winning streak. We don't have to talk about the next series at home. Number 3. We have a game that I view as the commencement of one of the most ridiculous, insane, unbelievable stretches of baseball that has ever been played in the history of the world. Cubs go down 1-0 in the 4th inning, and the fans had something to say to PCA. He had something to say back.
He's having a night. Look at this. PCA hits it into the tarps off throw. Take that for overrated. That's what talent does. It responds.
Coming in at number 2 on my list of most important Cubs games of the first half, we have April 24th, the opener of the series against the Dodgers at their home park. The Cubs are down 4-0 entering the 7th inning with a 96% chance to lose. They battle back to tie it in the 8th. And in the 9th, Dansby freaking Swanson had something to say about that. I don't have a fat head of him in my living room for no reason. Okay? Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. And number 1, what I consider to be the single most important game of the 2026 Chicago Cubs first half came on June 28th, Game 3 against the Brewers. They roll out Jacob Misiorowski, Kyle Harrison, and Brandon Woodruff. We counter with Colin Ray, David Peterson, and Ryan Rollison. And you can pause to read, but I guarantee you didn't even know most of these names in April. In fact, maybe 2 of these guys would have made the team coming out of spring training. But when that happens to your pitching staff, you gotta make do. It was an unbelievable back-and-forth game. The Cubs are clawing and fighting and scrapping their way into trying to get this series won. And then, Seiya Suzuki delivered what I consider to be the most important hit of the season. I mean, my goodness, just listen to that crowd. And y'all get mad when we call it Wrigley North? Nah, I'm just playing. Don't hate me, Brewers fans. But yeah, what a first half. Obviously, a lot of ups and downs, right? I just made a video yesterday. You can go check it out. 10-game winning streak, 2 of them. 14-game, 15-game home winning streak. And then a 10-game losing streak. You go back to 500. but now you're 12 above. And it's kind of wild, y'all, because as I sit here and reflect on the first half, I can't help but feeling like we left some wins on the table. They have. There's certainly no denying that, but if you were to go back and tell me in March that this team would lose basically all their pitchers, they would get career worst seasons from Nico Horner, Alex Bregman, average seasons from Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, Carson Kelly, Miguel Amaya maybe a little below average. Michael Busch would have a drop-off in power. The only guy that would even perform at close to an all-star level would be Pete Crow Armstrong, who is literally performing like an MVP. And we'd be 12 above 500 at the break. I would 100% take it. So that's what I'm going with. We're 5 back of the Brewers still, but I believe anything could happen in this second half, especially with all the games we have against them coming up. Still here. I appreciate y'all. Make sure to hit that follow button if you like content like this. Let me know down below what games I left out. There were too many to pick from. These were my 5 plus a couple honorable mentions I threw in there. But there you have it. What a first half. Peace out, y'all. Fall from